Alright, here's our problem. Our Raspberry Pi speaks Linux. It's built for it, it thinks in it, it works in it, and it dreams in it. But that external hard drive we just plugged in, filled with media from our PC, it's speaking fluent Windows. And every time our Pi needs to access a single byte of data, it has to hire a translator. It's slow, it's exhausting, and that translator eventually is going to burn out. Our CPU is working double time just to understand the data. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to break that language barrier. We're going to stop the translation, ditch the dictionary, and get our storage speaking the native language of our Pi. It's time to stop the lag and save our hardware. Let's get into it. Right now I have a Raspberry Pi 5 working as a media center / torrent box. If you haven't seen that tutorial, go watch it over here. It's insane, the system that we're building, and you only need a Raspberry Pi, but it's using a external hard drive, 2 TB, with not the right system on it. So we're gonna mount this one also to the Raspberry Pi 5. I'm gonna show you step by step, and we're gonna copy all the old files to this one. If you want to follow along, it might be easier to just copy paste all the commands via my website. So you go to nettutorials.com/raspberry. This link is also in the description of this video and in the comment section. And we can see different kind of pages. More will be added soon, and of course the layout will change, but hey, whatever. Just click over here on USB drive to ext4. Click on it. Here we can see all the steps we're going to take with all the commands we're going to put inside our Raspberry Pi. The first thing is, of course, to connect with SSH. So just copy this one, go to your Windows PowerShell and press paste, but then of course you need to change all this. So first you're gonna check out your username, and then you're gonna type @ and behind that is going to be the Telnet IP address. Of course, I've blurred it out because of security reasons. Find your Raspberry Pi in the machine list and press on copy this IP address. Once you've entered that in, press enter on your keyboard. It will then connect through SSH to your machine. Make sure your PC is connected to Tailscale, or else you will see this connection timed out. All right, let's try again. If you try to press Ctrl V on your keyboard, you won't see anything. If you press enter, you will see, hey, you're locked in. Once we are locked in, we're going to do the following. We go to our website and we're going to see which drive we have. So copy this first one, paste it in over here, press enter. Now we can see what drives we have connected to the Raspberry Pi. First of all, we have the SDA1, and we have the SDB1. Now, SDA1 is an HD Rasp Pi 2 TB. It's the name I have given this external hard disk. It has only 400 GB available. Now, that's the drive of movies that I'm talking about. Then we have over here another one, the ext4 disk, with the UID of this one, and it has almost 2 TB available space. This is the new drive. So what are we going to do right here? We're going to copy this UUID because it's very important. So you just select it and press Ctrl C on your keyboard. Just open up a notepad on your PC and put it in over there, UUID new drive, because we need to save it. But not only that, we also want to make this one SDA1. Make sure to copy this one, and also SDB1 for the new drive. So go back to your notepad and we type in over here SDA1 is your old drive, and SDB1 over there is the new drive. Make sure to keep that over here and make sure that's correct, or else we will lose everything if we start formatting the wrong drive. Very important. Once we have the UUIDs and the names of the old and the new drives, we are going to the next step. We need to unmount this disk, because as you can see, the mount points, the new ext4 disk has already been mounted to our Raspberry. So you cannot delete anything on that because it's mounted. We go to my website, we copy this command, press copy, paste it in over here, and we change SDB0 to SDB1. There we go. Now it is being unmounted. If we now go with LSBF1, we can see that the SDB1 is not mounted anywhere. Now we can format it safely. So we go over here and we're going to use this command, press copy, and we paste it in over here and make sure SDB0 is changed to SDB1, which is in my case the external disk. Do not use SDA1 or else you will lose everything on your current disk. And we press enter. Contains an NTS file system. Proceed anyway. Yes, double failsafe. Here we go. And now it's going to format the entire drive using the ext4 one. Excellent, it's already done. If you now enter again our previous command, this one, you will see that the drive is now SDB1 is an ext4. Perfectly. This is exactly what we want. Now, as you can see, the SDB1 drive doesn't have any label anymore. So we're gonna give him one. Go over there and copy this command. Press copy. Paste it in over here and change SDB0 to SDB1. And we're gonna give it the name movies-ext4. That's okay. There we are. If we now look again on this file, we can see the SDB1 is now movies-ext4. Perfect. Now, the next step is to stop Docker or else it will keep all the files busy. So we're going to go with CD Media Center, select directory Media Center, and we're going to copy Docker Compose down. Docker Compose down, and QBitTorrent is stopping, Jellyfin is stopping, and also Gluten is stopping right now, and the network has been removed. We are now free to do anything we want on the first disk. Then we need to mount this new drive into a new temporary folder. So we're going to do this one, press copy. This one will make a new folder, there we go. And then we're going to copy this one, sudo mount safe. Make sure to change SDB0 again to SDB1. And this command will mount our new drive to this temporary folder. There we go. And if we now go to this one, we will see that our external 5 movies-ext4 is mounted to /mount/new drive. Perfect, that's exactly what we wanted. Now we are ready for the big migration. And we're going to use the sudo rsync command for that. We're just going to copy this one and we're going to paste it in. And what you see over here is it will exclude the recycle bin and also the system value information. Then we go from MediaPi Films to mount new drive. Basically, we're gonna give the command and then it will start the entire migration. Here we go. And it will start immediately with the first movies that it will come across. Now this will take, of course, a very long time depending on the amount of data you had on the first drive. This is of course the perfect time to hit a like on this video and subscribe to my channel if you have not already done so. I will come back to you later on when this all has been finished. After 10 hours, it finally completed the entire move. We're going to test out right now the speed of this specific disk. How are we going to do that? I've created a special command for that. I've copied it in the terminal right now. What you see is we're going to measure the temperature first of all. Then we're going to drop all the caches, or else it will get it from the caches. That's not fair. And we're going to read 1 GB from the NTFS drive in this way, and we're going to send it to the RAM. The final temperature will be measured and the time. And after this, we're going to test the other drive, the ext4 drive. We're going to do the same thing again, and we're going to see the difference. There we go, the test has been completed, 60.4 MB per second. That's not bad at all. So it took us 17 seconds. Then we're going to do the same thing on our new ext4 drive. And there we have the conclusion, the NTFS-C drive and the ext4 drive. You can see definitely that there's a big difference, especially not only the speed, look at this, 103 MB versus 60 MB per second, but also the temperature, which is very important in this case. The final temperature didn't move from the baseline temperature, but with the old drive, you can see the baseline temperature went up with 1 degree. Now you might say that's nothing. But it is, because the CPU has to work before he can get this 1 GB. Just imagine my kids are watching on the couch downstairs, watching via Kodi. My spouse is also watching via her smartphone. And then I myself are also streaming via my smartphone. What do you think it will do? It will congest, it will be a big mess, and the temperature will rise, and I will destroy eventually my Raspberry Pi and my drive. But this way, using the ext4, you're safe. Alright, let's go to the next step. By the way, if you want to use this script, just drop it in the comments and I'll drop it somewhere. Now that the data has been secured, we're going to unmount both drives. So we're going to use this one, press copy, and I just press Ctrl L on my screen to make it a clean dashboard screen, but it's still there if you just scroll up. But anyways, just paste it in over here, right click, sudo umount mount new drive. Now it's being unmounted. This one, the old drive, copy and paste it in over here. And there we go. Now both drives are unmounted to the entire Raspberry Pi. Then double check the UUID number. What we now see is that the Movies X4 drive has a new UUID since the formatting. No worries, we're just gonna copy this one and make sure it is on your notepad over there. Here we go. We're going to change the F step. So copy this one. In the F step, we can see the old UUID. And then again, all this. Well, we're going to replace this with the new drive. This is the new code we're going to use, and it's X4. So we're gonna copy this. And then you can see, place your cursor over here. And then press enter. And then you can see UUID, your new UUID. So we're gonna take that one from the notepad. Move your cursor with your keyboard, paste it in over here. Look at this, beautiful, the exact same path. Now this path, I've chosen this one in the first tutorial, but you, of course, maybe you have something else, just keep it what you have. All right, then make sure that this entire line of code of the old disk is being removed. So we're gonna remove all this. There we go. Excellent. Then we press Ctrl O to save it, press enter, and then we press Ctrl X to leave this one. Then before we can mount the new drive instead of the old one in its place, we need to first reload the system settings. So copy this one, paste it in over here. Now it's been reloaded. And now we can run this one, sudo mount -a. There we go. And the new drive has now been mounted to the same place as the old one always was. If you want to know if this works, just paste it again, ls blk -f, and we can now see it has been mounted. Movies X4 with this UUID is now in a place of /media/pi/films, exactly like the old drive. Perfect. And the next step is to make sure that all the rights and permissions are good. We go over here and we copy this one, copy it. Then make sure that your user and user is your username. You can see it in the green over there. This is your username. So I'm just gonna copy this one and paste it in over here, and you're gonna do it twice. Make sure to remove this user. Yeah, also on this side. Great, and just press enter. Make sure, of course, this path is the right one that you are using. Press enter. There we go, another one. And then we make sure also this one, press copy, that all the rights of the folders are working in our favor. Press OK. Then the next step is to activate Docker again. So we go back to our website. This is select directory media center, because that's the place where our Docker file is. And we're gonna type docker compose up -d and press enter. Here we go. Jellyfin, gluten, qubit torrent, everything has been created. Perfect. And then for the final check, just copy this one, find mount media pi/films, which is my URL, and it should say it's on the X4, it's over there, and it's rewritable. Now, no access times. Now this is the way how to do it. And you can now reboot your Pi with the new X4, and you can remove your old disk. We've just migrated this entire drive to the X4 file system. I'm really happy with it. If you're happy with it, drop it down in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. And if you have any questions also, just let me know. I'll always answer. Have a great day and hope to see you in the next video.